And we're back in the kitchen now with Chef Brown from Cotton Southern Bistro, and he's making 3 little pigs.
Oink, oink.
Pork loin stuffed with pimento cheese and ham and wrapped in bacon. Yum.
That's right.
All right, you want to start us off?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do is we got our pork loin, and one of my favorite things to do and to use in the kitchen are plastic bags, little sandwich bags, and they keep things nice and tidy. You need to pound this pork out when you're cutting the pork loin, and it just makes it cook a lot, even, and just gives you a nice, consistent, and cook time, and it also makes it very tender. So, and you can see Stephanie came out. She goes, "You've got an empty cup in a bag." I said, "No, that's a hammer because you're just pounding it out. So and you can actually just use a hammer, but that's just one of the little tricks that we use in the kitchen, around in Cotton, and it just keeps things nice and tidy. So
how long do you need to bang it out for?
Yeah, just till it's nice and flat. So
Okay.
you have this scallopine consistency here. That's just what you want. So
Okay.
you want about about a 1/4 inch thickness. So we got our bacon here. This is one of our little pigs. This is the one that lives in the house of hay. Hey, piggy. So and we're gonna take our bacon and we'll just make an X. X marks the spot. That's it. And we'll take our pork loin. And we got pimento cheese.
Ooh, I love that.
From my girl Susan. And we'll give us a nice little, well, you gotta have cheese.
Oh, cheese makes everything
That's right.
better.
We got some nice ham. I would not suggest using the country ham for this. Everybody goes, well, why don't you use country ham? Because it's really salty. So, and you're gonna have plenty of salt coming from this, from your bacon and everything else. So you're not gonna want, all that stuff on there. And I pulled the, see me smoking here? So we don't want that.
Okay.
Because it's gonna make a lot of noise when we put that in there. So we got our bacon here, and we're just going to roll that up in there. And you're going to make sure that you give a nice tight package here, because you don't want your cheese to melt out. Okay?
Right. We don't want to lose any of that.
Right. Well, you're going to lose a little bit of it, but that's okay because we're going to scrape it up out of the pan, and that's a nice little chef treat. Trust me, that's good stuff. Salt and pepper, because you're seasoning things. And you can see the way that we wrap that bacon was you have your links on top. So you're going to sear your presentation side down first, okay? So we've got to pull the pan off.
That's so it doesn't fall apart?
Right.
Okay.
So we got that going, and we're going to let that sear for about a minute 30 or so it gets nice and brown. And then we'll flip it over, and then we'll finish it off in the oven for about, I'd say probably about 8 minutes or so. You want an internal temp, depends on how you feel comfortable. The the Department of Agriculture has okayed pork to be eaten at 145 degrees, which is medium rare. They used to be 165, but you're perfectly safe at 145 nowadays. Okay. But definitely use a thermometer. Whatever you feel comfortable with is fine. It's going to remember to let it set for about 5 minutes before you cut it. But when we come back after the break, we'll plate it up. We'll do some fried apples, and then we'll do a pan sauce with it. With the gravy, so we'll definitely flip it up. But what you want to do is definitely want to flip this thing over, so you can see that nice pretty color that we have right there. Good. So we'll finish it off in the oven.
And you said about 8 minutes.
375, about 8 minutes. For everybody else here, we'll make sure we get that nice and done for everybody because we don't want to freak nobody out.
Yeah, so. A lot of we don't want to. There's people who like their stuff well done.
People like it well done, but personally myself, I like my pork around medium rare medium. Medium. But that's me.
I'm a medium kind of girl. Right. All right. Okay, well, when we get back, we are going to finish that up and talk more to Chef Brown. And we're back in the kitchen with Chef Brown from Cotton Southern Bistro. He's making 3 little pigs, pork loin stuffed with pimento cheese, and I'll dance for you, and ham and wrapped in bacon.
Yes.
Yum.
We got all kinds of cool stuff going on. Fried apples. We got some apple wedges going on right now. This is for our side. This is a good old-fashioned grandma-style side. Butter, apples, a little bit of cinnamon, salt, and pepper. That's all we got in here right now. Smells
good.
Yeah, nice stuff right there. We're going to let that go for a little while. We're going to work on our sauce right now. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of oil. This is our pan that we cooked our pork in the oven. So you can see we got a little bit of some drippings from the pork. We got a little bit of baked cheese in there. All that happy goodness.
All that stuff you want to scrape off and eat.
That's the good stuff, right. So look, we got a little bit of applesauce in here. This is for our pan gravy. So a little bit of applesauce. This is like a little bit of brown gravy, just a little. Because you don't want it, too crazy.
And this is what you're going to dip the pork loin in or drizzle over?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we got this, and then we're going to take some butter, just a little. You know how we do.
Just a little.
Just a little. Just a little bit of butter. We're just going to let this kind of come down. And when this starts to kind of come together,
Yummy.
to stop this from separating, you pull it off the heat. They make these knobs adjustable for a reason, so you don't have to burn yourself, burn the whole house down.
So you let it sit?
That's it. Boom. That's done. See how easy that was?
Yeah, not the healthiest of meals.
What are you talking about? That's
I mean, you just used a little bit of butter, just a little.
Hey, listen.
It looks delicious.
Everything in moderation, right?
That's right.
So look, we got our apples rocking and rolling right here. A little bit of brown sugar on this. Now we're really going to get down. So we got a little bit of brown sugar going. We got to have something nice with it, right? A little bit of rum, a little Captain Morgan. Everybody say oopa.
Opa.
That's it. So we got that going. Bam. There's that. We're going to
Now
pull
you're
this
taking
out.
that out?
Right.
Am I on your way? You
My
good?
little magic oven. No, you're never in my way.
Now that was in there for how
We're in
long?
a perfect spot. So we would do about 8 to 10 minutes. Okay? So you got that done. Now we're going to plate this puppy up. You could use mashed potatoes. You can use whatever you like. I've got some cheese grits.
Ooh.
So
We're staying with the cheese theme here.
yeah, cheesy, cheesy, cheesy. You only eat and live once. You hand me a bowl, please?
Sure.
Thank you
Now you
so
said this is on your limited menu, right?
This is on our special boards. We do.
Your special
we have
boards.
special boards all throughout the restaurants. We do seasonal stuff all the time. We're a true farm to fork restaurant. We have several farmers that grow for us at both locations, Chesapeake and in Virginia Beach and Hilltop. So, we like to keep it local and we keep things nice and fresh. So, we use different folks. So we like to keep. We have a standard menu that we use, and then we also have, what we do for our seasonal stuff. So
if you want to get this great dish, you need to go in there soon.
you need to go get it right now. So there's our pork loin there. We're going to grab some of these nice, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fried apples. We'll grab our spoon here.
They're not burnt. They look perfect.
Oh, they're beautiful.
I think you're living up to your expectations, Jeff.
Put these right around the back of that. That. I'm a one spoon man.
You just drizzle that all over on the apples too?
That just happened. There you go.
Wow.
That's it.
That looks delicious. So your 3 little pigs with the fried
I
apples.
just blew their house down right there, puffing and puffing.
I cannot wait to eat. I didn't eat breakfast this morning just because I heard you were coming in.
You should get some of that cheese right there in that pan.
Can I scrape it?
Oh, please.
Scrape it? That's
Absolutely.
the best part. All right. Sounds good. Well,
what-
do we have
that's
anything
why-
for dessert?
that's why
Or
it's
is the
good to be the
cheese-
chef.
Or is the cheese the dessert?
I
we have any dessert,
I think we
Jeff?
should have the pork as dessert.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, but these are on our board.
And it's
Please come
delicious.
see us. All kinds of cool stuff going on. Bacon Fest next month. We'll be there.
Bacon Fest. All right, sounds good. And you have 2
Absolutely.
locations: Cotton Southern Bistro, 648 Grassfield Parkway in Chesapeake, and they just opened a new location in Hilltop now about 2 months ago. So Hilltop West Shopping Center. You can visit them there, and you can get more information on CottonSouthernBistro.com.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Jeff.
Thank you very much.